There it goes.
Yay! Oh, okay, good. We're live. Um, thank goodness, because the internet is causing me a lot of problems today.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll live. We'll work through it. And I see that it's just me talking on the YouTube, and then it switched back to when you're talking. But I do have myself pinned, so I'm not sure how that's not working. What if I do it this way? I'm going to try gallery view, but pin myself, so I'm the big picture and you're the little one.
Okay.
So we'll see if that works in a second. Welcome to my kitchen. Whoever's watching, which is just you and me, Becky.
Excellent.
Yeah. Okay. Is it working yet?
Sorry, I'm just watching the YouTube to see if it has started working yet.
No, it's okay. I'm excited to cook with everyone whenever everyone joins. Oh, it's still switching back from both of us. What about now?
I don't know.
I could just do that.
That's fine.
Alas, we gotta do what we gotta do. We're still learning. So what's your experience with ramen?
Made very few packages of it. I've had like real ramen once when we were at a conference in Atlantic City.
Yeah.
And was not a fan. But I was also told by other people, i.e. Sammy and Andy, who are ramen aficionados. Oh, bug.
They just went to one place that has a Michelin star. That's all.
Right. That the ramen I had was subpar and should not base my ramen opinions on that. So
that's fair. Yeah, I've had like real ramen, I guess, a few times. Like when I was with Sammy and Andy in DC, that was really good. Yeah, I mean, I understand why they became snobs after that, because when I ate it, I was like, I get the hype. I totally do. But there's also like some nice restaurants in Rochester that have pretty good ramen. So I've had it like there a couple of times.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. But I'm not talking about fancy ramen. I'm just talking about
fancier or fancy-ish.
The 30-cent ramen, basically, which is a hot commodity right now. But normally when you're in college, it's not a hot commodity. It's just everyone buys it because they're broke.
Right. You can buy like a pallet of that for $1.50.
Yeah, I mean, it's super helpful. But the issue with like that particular ramen is that it's not necessarily healthy because of the sodium packet, which is the flavor packet.
Yeah.
So there's ways you can like make the soup without the sodium packet, or you can only use like a little bit. That's what I used to do. I wouldn't use the full packet. I'd use just like a little bit. But I'm not going to make soup today. I'm going to make a stir fry. So
you're going to make a what?
A stir fry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, essentially my ramen's going to be like my lo mein.
Ooh, all right. I'm on board with this.
Say?
Oh, I just
my
neighbor's dog is barking like crazy. I was distracted.
Yeah, I heard a dog. I was like, Becky doesn't have a dog.
No, that's Bo. He's a ding dong.
Yeah. Cute. Should we send like a reminder? I want people to.
I posted it on Facebook. I can log into Remind and send that. What's our login?
I'm gonna exit out of YouTube, and I'll just have you monitor the questions.
Okay.
I have my ingredients, which are pretty simple. I'm just gonna use like garlic, onion, pepper, green onions. I have some leftover kale I need to use, so I'm gonna cook that. I have eggs back there if I want to add like a fried egg at the end. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
There's also, the actual ramen, which is needed. And I'll go into sauce options once we get later, like throughout the video. I have a couple of options that like the viewers could do at home. I'm going to do it the easiest way today though, because it's 10:07 and I'm going to eat stir fry breakfast. So. Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out when we should start the actual cooking. It's not going to take long.
I mean, I would give it another couple minutes and then you do you. And then start it and then they can all watch it later.
That's true. I will move my laptop over to where the magic will happen. So.
I'm realizing that I'm far too fidgety to be on a Zoom video at this point.
You're fine. Just
watching the playback of it. Like, dear God, I have not sat still for 3 seconds.
Oh yeah, no, it's weird when you watch yourself. Obviously, this is not on. Otherwise, my face would not be this close to a pan. That'd be dangerous. I know that my kitchen is a bit larger than what you would have in a dorm or even in your first apartment in college. But cooking like I would have cooked back in college with limited counter space. So limited counter space, limited utensils. I'm really gonna like try to break it down so you can see that like you can do this in whatever place you are.
If you want to switch it to the other view, I won't talk too much. Bigger screen.
What if you just close your video?
I could do that. All right. We've got somebody else watching.
Oh, yay. I'm not cooking yet. I promise. I don't know. This is one way of doing it. So whoever has joined us, thank you for joining us. Sorry, you can't see my face, but you're going to just see my hands, which have been washed. But I'll wash them again because I touched my nose. You're supposed to do like, you're supposed to sing happy birthday. I'm not going to sing happy birthday. It's just me eating it. But this is a nice meal that you can cook for your friends in college too. So it really just depends on like how much ramen do you have, you know? If you have this little daddy, like I said, it's like 30 cents a package essentially, or I mean, it has to be less than 50 cents. It's super cheap. So what you can do is like, if you want to make like a meal for your floor or for your suite or the friends that you make in college, you just like take what I'm doing and add more noodles and add more sauce and add more vegetables, which is really nice. If you don't have like a lot of space, I was gonna say, I know I stepped away. These are not the frozen vegetables I wanted to show you, but the frozen vegetables I wanted to show you are hidden, like under a lot of food. But if you have like limited space in a mini fridge, sometimes frozen vegetables are nice because you can just take whatever's in the frozen vegetable bag. There's like stir fry mixes, and you can just put it directly into the pan. If you don't have space for that, and your school's like convenience store or what have you has like basic vegetables, you can buy a few there, and that's easy. Sometimes, you know, you go grocery shopping, maybe you do want some fresh vegetables. It's everything is your choice. I know that I'm showing you like what I'm going to eat, but like Lisa hates onions, for instance, and she would never make this with onions. she'd probably substitute in mushrooms, which is totally fine. So I have my pan. It's like deep enough that it has space for sauce. You don't have to have this large of one, and you can get these pretty cheaply at places. You can even go to like a secondhand store like a Goodwill. You could potentially go to Andy's shop, right, Becky?
I think he's got some of those.
Yeah. And I'm just drizzling in as much olive oil as I want. I'm not pouring it though. I'm choosing olive oil just because it tends to be a little bit more heart healthy. I don't have like the fancy extra virgin olive oil. This is just like basic olive oil. Got this at Aldi. It's inexpensive, and I'm trying to make sure that whatever I'm cooking is affordable for everyone. So I'll turn my burner on. I'm going to keep it on like a medium low, just different depending on whatever stove you have. And move the laptop closer. Can you see that well?
I'm sorry?
Oh, can you see this well?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I already did some pre-chopped garlic just because my cloves are sort of going bad. But something that you can do is if you have fresh garlic and you don't want to peel everything off and spend a ton of time, you take a knife, the flat side of it, and you take your palm or the bottom of your hand and you push down on it. So if this was fresh garlic, then the peel just comes off really easily, which is what I did earlier. Unfortunately, this is getting old, so we're just not going to use it. If you don't have fresh garlic, but you want the garlic taste, garlic powder. Oh, this in. We're going to let that cook. And I'm going to work on the onion. This was a massive onion. You don't have to get a big onion like this. I'm just doing like a fresh produce bag thing during this pandemic. So I'm getting random vegetables and I'm just cooking what they're giving me. But it's cheap. So it's cheap and I don't have to go to the store. And I'm going to make a mess right now, but normally I'd have like the trash next to me.
Half the fun of cooking is making a mess.
That's true. I also like cooking because it's more like improv. You know, you get pretty much make it like what you want. Baking is more of an exact science.
And that's why I prefer baking.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of different personalities, lean more towards cooking or baking depending on how they feel about order. That's just philosophy.
Mm-hmm. Jenna says good morning.
Hey, Jenna, just cutting up an onion. So you want to make sure you don't cut your fingers. Usually you can do like this type of move. So if anything got cut, it'd be like just the tip of your knuckle. We're not going to do that though. You want to make sure whatever you're using is a sharp knife because it cuts through easier. I know I didn't have necessarily nice sharp knives in college, so I cut myself a few times, but not like anything that needs stitches. And you can cut your onions any which way you'd like. I did like longer strips of them. I could dice them if I'd want, but I'm not going to do it today. If you cry from onions, a good tip is to put the onion in the fridge or freezer. Well, not the fridge, freezer. Put it in the fridge before you cut it for like an hour or something.
Good to know.
Yeah.
I've
Also,
spent.
Oh, sorry, you go, Becky.
I was gonna say I have spent many a minute hovering over the sink trying to wash the onions off my hands and the sting out of my eyes.
Yeah, it sucks, but I don't know. I'm used to it. Italian life, I came up, I don't know if this works for everyone. It works for me. If my eyes are stinging because of onions, whoops, I totally made a mess. then what I do is I put my face in the freezer.
I'll have to try that next time.
Yeah. Okay. This is a lot of onion for me. I wonder if I'll be eating all of this later. I'll probably have leftovers. So if you want to add protein to this, like a meat protein, I'm not doing that because it is morning and I didn't take meat out to defrost and I didn't want to cook it. But this is a meal. Sorry, I'm just picking up stuff that fell on the floor. This is an easy meal to do like for dinner if you are like sick of dorm food, or you don't have to have meat, but if you want, you can like pick up a small chicken breast or chicken thigh, and you could easily like cook it in the skillet beforehand and then take it out into a different plate while you're cooking your vegetables. Or you cook your vegetables first, then remove the vegetables, and then cook your meat. So I'm going to turn this up a little bit more. Show you what my skillet looks like. You hear it sizzle? Maybe. That's okay if you don't hear it sizzle. This spatula, I think, has been with me since college. Probably one of my apartments. Yeah, it's all faded, but this is from the Dollar Tree, and I know it because it had a red Betty Crocker thing on it. And I've also, burnt some of the handle like by leaving it on a hot skillet by accident. But it still gets the job done, and it's $1.
Can't go wrong there.
So I do recommend that if you, sorry, what were you gonna say, Becky?
Oh, I just said you can't go wrong with that.
No, and I understand that, like, for some people, they don't want to have plastic utensils, and you can easily buy like inexpensive bamboo ones. But for a college student's budget, Dollar Tree.
I got my first spatula set from Walmart, and I'm pretty sure it was like $2 for a set of like 5 plastic spatulas. And those things, I think I might actually still have some of those in my house right now.
Wow.
Get the job done, and when you get a little more money, you can get the fancy stuff.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, I still use that spatula, even if I do have like some fancier utensils now. It just depends on what I'm doing.
I've become particular to the silicone spatulas.
Oh yeah, those are nice. This is my favorite one because I like to flip eggs because it has like a narrow taper bottom. So like if I make omelets, it's really easy to flip. So I cut the core out of the pepper. There's going to be seeds in here. I don't want to eat the seeds. So I'll just, get rid of them. I'm not a professional chef. I've also learned how to I learned how to cook for my family, but it's not like I took a class or anything. I learned a lot from like watching people, reading some cookbooks, watching some YouTube videos. So the reason why I'm doing my vegetables at different times is usually onions take a little bit longer to cook than like a pepper would. And like spinach or kale takes a really quick time to cook. So I'm going to put that in last. Oh my gosh. Looks like there's a seed. What? Maybe I can plant this.
You have a baby pepper.
What'd you say?
I said you have a baby.
Basically, baby pepper. If you have broccoli, then broccoli takes a while to cook, so you'd want to put that in the pan. When I would make stir fries in college, it was usually like broccoli and peppers, and I put my broccoli in first because if I put my peppers in at the same time, they'd get overcooked. If there's ever a chef watching this, they're probably like, oh my God, the safety, the knife skills, the lack of. But if I'm not cutting myself, then we're all good.
That's all that matters.
Right. You also want to try to make your pieces around the same size so it's even for cooking. Which is that's a skill that is developed. If you haven't been like one to really cook at home or really do stuff with like cutting vegetables or cutting other types of like, I suppose, it could be a learning curve, and it's okay if you end up messing it up. You can still eat it. So I put garlic in here. It's sizzling. Can you hear the sizzle?
Not yet.
Okay. It's really loud where I am, so I feel like I'm shouting. Awesome. Onion. Okay. I'm going to put this on a little bit higher. I might add a little bit more olive oil. You could use vegetable oil or canola oil if that's what you have. And at this point, while I let my vegetables cook, because I'm going to do the kale soon, I can add more spices if I so wish. Maybe the garlic I added wasn't enough garlic for me. Maybe I'll add a little bit more garlic. Maybe I want onion powder. If I want this to be spicy, I could add, like red pepper flakes, which are up here. So I could add red pepper flakes if I like. I'm not going to today. But you can see like what are like some of the seasonings that are usually found in stir fries. You can just like look it up online. And then you can add from there to what you like and what your taste buds like. Add a little bit of pepper, black pepper. And I'm an impatient cook, so I should probably just let this sit.
Same.
For kale, it's already been washed. I know it looks a little wilted, but that's because I didn't properly store it. So I should put it in the vegetable crisper, but I didn't. I just put it in the fridge. It's still good though. I did taste it beforehand. If you've never had kale, it's a little bit like a tougher, bitter spinach, but it cooks down really nicely. So literally all I'm doing is just ripping. So if you're stressed about school, you'll be like, oh. And I was going to say about kale was just like, you don't have to eat it, but if you've never tried it and it's super cheap at the grocery store, if you want to cook with it, why not? I've made like kale chips, quote unquote. Still haven't perfected that though. Salty.
I've had kale once. It came in a meal kit thing that I got. It wasn't too bad, but it was doused in salt, pepper, and lemon juice. So
yeah.
It made it somewhat edible.
I really don't like eating it raw unless it's like a very small amount and I have it like on a sandwich or something. But for like, ooh, raw kale salad. I haven't one that has been appetizing to me yet. But it has a lot of good vitamins in it. So why not? And this looks like a lot right now, but it's going to cook down significantly.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with spinach. Like if you ever put spinach, basically a leafy green, you put it in, it's going to, you know, really voluminous at first. And then it's going to cook down and you're going to be like, oh my God, where all my vegetables go? Also, I'm used to cooking for two at this point, so I think that I made a little bit too much. But that's not bad.
Leftovers.
Yeah. Because if you get some like cheap to-go ware, like Tupperware, but it doesn't have to be Tupperware. If you ever get like Chinese takeout, you can take whatever you're not going to eat, put it in your, you know, to-go ware, put it in your mini fridge.
Yeah, leftovers as a college student is not a bad thing.
Yes. Because you never know what day you're going to be like, oh, I ran out of time to go to the dining hall, or the things I wanted at the grab and go are gone, and I really just want that tuna sandwich.
Those winter months when you do not want to leave your dorm room for any reason.
Yes.
Time.
Okay, I'm going to put this down a little bit lower. So at this point, I also have green onions. I'm going to put those on at the very end. Green onions, super cheap to get at a grocery store. They're usually like 99 cents. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my food scissors and I'm going to cut them, but you can also just take your knife and cut it the same way. But what's cool is that whatever green onions you have, you can put in a cup with water and then they'll keep growing. So if you want like green onions to be able to cook with, say this is more of like an apartment trick as opposed to a dorm trick. You can just take 1 cup you don't use and put your green onions in there, and literally they just keep growing. At this point, we're gonna make our ramen. So I'm using an electric kettle. That's just a plug-in. I put some water in beforehand. I'll take my ramen. I'll put the noodles in the bowl. I'm not going to use this packet because it has nearly 1,000 milligrams of sodium, and my heart can't take that. So, but maybe I'll use it for something else. Like if I want to make soup another day, I might just save that packet when I make like, you know, 3 gallons of soup or whatever. So like diluted. So I didn't have one of these in my dorm, but one of my friends did. I happened to live in a residence hall that also had like a hot water faucet. So I would use that if I wanted to make noodles, or when people were making their like easy nap, they would just use that. But, you know, I had a friend who really loved tea, so she brought this with her. And then I really liked the ease of it, so I did that. So everything is getting pretty loud on my end.
I can hear it every once in a while now.
Yeah. They're starting to cook down, by the way. Not as bad as like spinach immediately. Oh. So you can also, I guess, microwave your ramen too. That's usually what people are used to doing. Put water in the bowl with the ramen, microwave it. Just letting this go. While that is bubbling. I'm going to talk about sauces. So there's a few things you can do for sauces. It just depends on like what you like, what your taste buds like. So you go to like Aldi or Save-A-Lot or Wegmans and get like these pre-made sauces. This one's a sesame teriyaki. Literally when everything's done, I'm going to pour this onto it because I don't want to dirty more dishes. So I'm not going to use all of it. I'll just use whatever I want to taste. And then if you don't want to do that, but you want to make your own sauce, maybe you don't want sweet, you just want sort of like a hot or spicy sauce. What you can do is take any hot sauce that you have and mix it with soy sauce. And I have these soy sauce packets that are reduced sodium, I mean. And that's from like last time I got Chinese food. So I got the less sodium. I could easily like pour all of this onto it and then make a sauce out of that. So you see the steam? It is ready.
Oh, yep. Now I see it.
Woo. So we have to let our noodles sit for a little bit so they actually cook. And maybe you don't want to do this with ramen. Maybe you're like, you know, I'm sick of it. I want rice. It's not a ramen stir fry. It's just a regular stir fry. That's fine. Often, like this pre-packaged stuff, there's a lot of preservatives. So, you know, you can eat them like 2 years later. Which is helpful, you know. But if you're going through it quickly, you might be like, oh, I don't want all that. Yeah, this needs a little bit more. Some stuff is getting a little scorched. So something I like to do with ramen is put it through a strainer or a colander when I'm done, after it's cooked in the water. And I might even rinse it, and that helps get some of the starch out.
Interesting. I don't like a lot of the broth when I make ramen, so I usually end up emptying out half of it anyways.
Right? Yeah, sometimes I'll even just like, if I want to have like, you know, basic like ramen soup with the packet and everything, I might still dump out the water and get new like fresh hot water. I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like the water that it's cooked in, it has like a different taste and it's not like as fresh. So
fair.
But you know, different people, different. I'm totally fine if you want to eat that way. I'm just showing you my method and what I did in college. Actually, something I could do at this point, I can make a fried egg. So I can either cook this, make it like it's you know, like how you get like fried rice, or I can have it so it's an egg on top. What do you think, Becky?
You're asking the wrong person because I don't like egg. So
Oh yeah, that's true.
Go fried egg.
Fried egg? Okay. So, you know, this is currently like cooking. You could use a separate dish. I have a lot of space in this one right now, so I'm just gonna fry it like just right there.
Who knew this would be a one-pot meal?
So I'll let that cook. I'll cook it like, I'll flip it over. I'm not one to like do the sunny side up because I really don't know when it's like good.
Never. The answer to that question is never.
There you go. Okay, looks like my noodles are pretty good at this point. This is what my stir fry is looking like. Here's my
Good.
So I'm gonna walk over to my sink. I picked the wrong bowl. This is way too hot. That's something to think about. Don't get too hot of a bowl. Here's my noodles. Plop that in. I'm gonna flip my egg over if I can. I think it's stuck.
Uh-oh.
I think we're gonna have not a fried egg situation. I think it's gonna be like
A scrambled egg situation.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go with it. Boom.
That is one downfall with those kinds of pans.
Yes. Probably because I didn't have fat on the bottom.
Yep.
Not stick. It's fine. I'm making essentially like fried rice, but with my ramen. Oh my God. I just
saw that piece fly out.
You know, I'm not this messy when I'm like cooking by myself. I think because I'm on camera and you know.
The pressure of it, it's just making you things with.
Yeah. Now I sort of want to do the hot sauce and the soy sauce thing.
There you go.
I don't know. Literally, all that's left is just my sauce. Do I want savory or I'm still gonna go with my original.
So that first sauce that you mentioned sounded really good. I may have to get myself some of that.
I think I got this one at Aldi. Probably like
Good old Aldi.
Oh yeah. Literally put as much sauce as you want. I'm gonna just do a little bit so I have the flavor. I still like to have my noodles coated. And I'm gonna take my food scissors like I talked about. And you can, like I said, you can just cut this, but I'm going to just take all my green onions and add some freshness to it. If I wasn't on screen, I would have been cleaning as I cooked. So
I've yet to learn that one. I wait until I'm done and then clean up.
Oh, that's what I'm gonna have to do today. That's okay. Here is my end product.
Looks good.
I think it looks good. You know, you get your starch, you get your vegetables, you get the protein if you add an egg. If you use like meat, you can get protein that way. You can put in like tofu if that's like your jam. If not mine, that's okay. You know, it's really simple. You can add whatever vegetables that you want, which is why I think this is like such a versatile dish.
Mm-hmm.
And for people who crave lo mein, but don't have lo mein,
It's a good alternative.
Yeah, so this is my final product I'm gonna eat.
Very good.
Yeah. So when people are doing Batavia advising today, you're going to watch me eat my breakfast, which is so. Yeah. Anything you want to add, Becky, or did we have any comments or questions?
No comments or questions besides Jenna saying good morning. No, I think that that's a good, easy meal that anybody can make, either if it's at home or at college or even first apartment when you have minimal supplies. So, and like you said, it's versatile enough that you can make it however you want to.
Mm-hmm. I might add more sauce because now I'm thinking this needs a little bit more sauce. But, you know, that's my choice.
That's the beauty of sauce. You can always add more.
Mm-hmm. Just don't add too much at first because it's better to add more than you can't really try to take it away. Yeah. There's a ton of different ramen meals that you can do online on Pinterest, and I found a ton more that I have never even attempted. I might do them another day. But for this one, I just wanted to show students that you can make something that's like healthy and cheap with not many ingredients or not many like utensils. So
yeah, for sure. And I mean, everything in one pot. So if you have one pan and access to a stovetop, then you're good to go.
Yeah. So there you go. That's my ramen stir fry. All right.
All right.
Tomorrow, what are we doing on Tea at 10? I forgot.
Tomorrow is Thursday, right?
Yeah, tomorrow's Thursday.
Tomorrow is intro to interviewing.
Oh my gosh, that's important. All right, so definitely stay tuned for that. And remember, today is Batavia advising at 11 and Perry advising at 2. All right.
There is.
Any final words, Becky?
No. Jenna said that it looks really good.
Oh, thank you, Jenna. Yay.
So, no, I've got nothing. Enjoy the rest of your day and catch up with you later.
All right. See you later.